This is the hardware for my system. Okay, firstly we got a ESP32 cam here. So ESP32 cam will act as a microcontroller for the hardware devices. And then we also have an LED here. So LED will act as a alert indicator and also a buzzer to alarm an intruder. And here you can see a FTDI, which is an FT232. It is a USB to UART converter, which is to upload a code to the microcontroller. So in my project we use I use ESP32 cam. And then there are in my project I use three sensors or actuators, which is a PIR sensor, ultrasonic sensor, and also the camera here. So PIR sensor will detect a motion, ultrasonic sensor will detect the distance between the object and the sensor, and lastly we get the camera to capture the intruder picture. And also the system will use a mini USB type, and also the system also need a power source. So in this case I use a power bank to give a power source to the hardware devices. Okay, so this is the mobile application that will be used by the homeowner to monitor their house by viewing the sensor meter and captured camera to see whether there is any intrusion in the house. So in this project I have installed the application into the smartphone. Okay, so this is the application. The user can log into the mobile application if they has already registered to the system. And this is the email that has automatically be filled by the system, and also the password because the previous user has pressed the remember me button. Okay, and then if the user doesn't exist in the system yet, user needs to fill in all of the registration form, including the username, email, phone number, home address, and also the password. So the username can be an alphanumeric character. So this is the test. Then a test, and then the phone number needs to be in a correct format also, which is start by 01 and including the 8 to 9 numbers after that. So this is a test also. Okay, and then the password needs to be minimum 6 characters long. So for the input and output validation, if the user enter an incorrect email and also an incorrect format number of phone, there should be a display and error messages. And if the user also fill the password less than 6 characters, okay, so the invalid messages will be displayed like this. So he said that please enter a valid email, should be an alias, and also a valid phone number. Okay, and also a valid password, minimum 6 characters. So if more than 6 characters also can. So said that the mail address is already in use by another account. So let me just press this one. Okay, after the user has signed up, it should redirect to the home page, which is this one. After the user has logged in, the user can see the sensor meter status, which is motion sensor and distance sensor data. So the sensor meter display a real-time data that is sent from the hardware devices at the house premises. If the motion sensor turns red and the distance sensor pointer points toward the red line, it means that there is a possibility of intruder detected in front of the house. So the alert notification also will be displayed. Okay, so if there is any possibility of intrusion occurs, the camera of IoT device will capture the picture of the intruder and store it in the camera capture page. Okay, so in this page, the user can see the captured picture by viewing the picture that has been named during the date and time of the event. So as an example, on the first images 2022 6/2 8:46 084659, So as if the intruder detection occurs at the 2 of June 2022 on 8:46, the file name will be like that. Okay, so if the user wants to see the picture, the user can just simply press the file name and it will display a full size of the picture in the application. The user also can save the picture to their local storage. Then the user can also navigate to the edit profile page when pressing the edit profile button on the sidebar navigation, and also the user can log out by pressing the log out button. If the user wants to view the profile and edit the information, it can redirect to this page, and here you can see the username, information, the email, the phone number, the address, and also wants to change their password. The user only can change their phone number, address, and also change their password, because the username and email is a unique information, so the user cannot change it. So this is the full flow of my project. Okay, so the hardware devices needs to be turned on first, so let me just simply plug in to the power source. Okay, and then if the Wi-Fi has connected, the three buzzer sounds will be sound like that, and then so the hardware devices is ready to go. Okay, so if PIR sensor senses any movement, the system will signal the ultrasonic sensor to turn on and calculate the distance between the object and the sensor. So analogically, the PIR motion sensor can detect movement up to 10 meters, and ultrasonic sensors can detect distance up to 4 meters. But for this project, the PIR motion sensor will detect movement, and the ultrasonic sensors will detect the distance below than 10 cm to detect it as an intruder. The motion sensor and also the distance sensor will display a real-time data from the IoT devices. So as you can see, if there is any motion detected, uh, the meter will change and turn to red, and also the distance sensor also will display the data if the distance is within 50 cm. Okay, so if the object is really close to the sensor, so this is an example. Okay, so the object is very close, and the systems will detect it as an intruder. Okay, if you look at the mobile application, it said that alert possible intruder has been detected. So in the camera capture page, you need to look at the time right now and see that. So time right now is 27 of June 2022 at 12:10 minute. So this is the picture that has been captured just now. Okay, and lastly, the intrusion events will be captured on the telegram and will be sent to the police. This is a simulation of the system that send the message to the police. So in this case, I use the telegram. It says that alert possible intruder has been detected, says the date and also the time, the telephone number, and also the address of the homeowner. And the system will also send the captured picture of the intruder to the police according to the time given. Okay, so this is for the web application. So this web application will be used by the administrator to monitor the user houses by viewing the event logs to see whether there is any intrusion in the house. So this is the login page. So the administrator can log into the web application if they has already registered to the system. So the administrator needs to fill in their email and password correctly to log into the system. And if the administrator entered an invalid email or a wrong password, the application will display an error messages, and the administrator will be logged into the system if there is corresponding email and password in the database. So the user needs to enter a correct email and password, and if there is wrong password, like this example, there should be a pop-up error message that will be displayed. And also if you enter a wrong format of email, such as this one, also have the display error messages said that you need to include an alias in the email addresses. Then if the password is correct, it will be entered into the home page. Okay, and then for the sign up page, the administrator needs to register first to log into the web application. Then the administrator needs to fill in all of the information, including the username, email, and also password. So the user needs to simply press this button and then need to fill in the username. The username can be alphanumeric characters, can be number, and also the alphabet. And then the user need to fill in the correct email format to be saved into the database. So it should be like this. And the user needs to fill in the correct email form, needs to fill in the password, and it should be minimum of 6 characters. So if I put only 4 characters, it should be this pop-up error. And then so you need to fill in the real detail, and then it's to be 6 characters long. Then if the data has been inserted into database, the pop-up should be like this: user is registered successfully and you can now log in. So by using the credential that we have just entered just now, right now the administrator can log in into the web application. So this is the home page where the administrator can press the mobile user button to redirect the mobile user page. And then the user can press the dashboard button to redirect to the event logs page, also known as the dashboard page. And also if the user wants to log out to the system, you can just simply press this button. So for the view mobile user page, the administrator can see the mobile user information in this page, including the username, email, phone number, and also home address. Then for the dashboard page, the administrator can see the event logs that occur in the house of the users, and the administrator can press the press here button to on the picture column to view the full captured picture of the intruder on the new tab. So if the administrator press this button, you can see the picture of the intruder. So this is an example. The date and time showed when the intrusion occurs, and the administrator also can press the edit button on the edit column to edit the remarks for each row of the event logs. So if the administrator wants to add some comment into this section, they can just simply press this button, and here the administrator also can see the details of for each row. So user can press this, and after that the administrator can simply press the submit button to save the data. Then data will be here. Okay, so as an example, if the user wants to delete some of the event logs that occurs, they can just simply press this button, and then the data of this row will be deleted. Okay, so that's all for dashboard page and also for the web application.